Okay, good morning, you guys. I'm excited to do this. I'm going to interview Ashley because we all see her booming in the chat and we all want to know what she's doing. So, Ashley, introduce yourself. So,
Hi.
name, rank, how long you've been in, and we'll get started.
Sure. My name's Ashley. Hello. I've been in the business since January of 2021, so just a little over a year, and my rank right now is Emerald.
That's awesome. So, you guys all heard that her rank is Emerald, and you guys have seen her post what her paycheck was. Was it last month?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, my first question is I'm just jumping right into it. What was the shift for you? Because I feel like something just happened where you woke up one morning and you just went balls to the wall.
Yeah. So, as you guys know, I just said I started in January of 2021 and I worked my way up to Emerald fairly quickly. So, I knew that it was like doable for me to, move up at a pretty fast pace. And then I was kind of like in between where I was serving and bartending at the same time. I had, I'm a freshly new mom at that time. She was like, 6 months old. So I was kind of trying to figure out like what role I was, as well as like trying to figure out the business and everything like that. And so I wasn't fully committing to really anything. And I was like, okay, I need to figure out what I want to do here. And that Christmas cash came up and I was like, oh yes, like game on. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make so much money before Christmas. And for a while I was talking to Lucy, like I'm going to go back a little bit. I was talking to Lucy like quite a bit. We were pretty close. And she was kind of guiding me on the way, and her and Lindsay both were guiding me on the way. And then I would like lose footing here and there, and I would like have hiccups where I just kept like kind of second guessing whether I wanted to do this as like full time or just part time or whatever. And when the Christmas cast came up, I'm like, okay, I'm all in. I'm going to do this. And I was selling, but I wasn't talking to Lindsay and Lucy that much. And that's where I kind of lost my way, I feel like a little bit, because I wasn't asking the questions that I needed to ask. And I thought that I was doing all the things, right? I thought I was making, all the steps that I needed to make to be really successful with this business, when in all actuality, I really wasn't. So I was kind of half-assing everything that I was doing. And when the Christmas cash came around, I was like blowing up. And then I was, for once, at first, I was getting distributors too. And for a long time, I had a hard time with that. But as that was happening, I wasn't asking the questions. So I lost my footing big time, and my business kind of fell apart in the process because I wasn't placing the people in the right areas, because I wasn't listening to Lucy. I wasn't listening to Lindsay. And I was just like, I'm going to do what I want, basically. So everything crumbled. Mid-December, I got all the way down to distributor status. I was at my lowest of low. And I was like, to be honest, F F this. Like, I don't even think I want to do this. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to, kind of regroup, think about what I really want, if this business is what I want. And I think it was, mid-January where the new bonuses came out for the $2,500. And I was like, do I want to put myself through this again? Like, can I do this? So Lucy had reached out to me a couple of times and I kind of ghosted her. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm not listening to you. And then finally I was like, I really need this money. Let's see if I can do it from the very bottom all the way up. So I was like, I'm not going to let you guys say that devil thing, whatever. The quote, what is it? When it creeps in or whatever. What is
The
that?
devil's always trying to bring you down when you're closest to your greatness.
Yes, that one. So that's what it did. That's what he did to me the first time around. And I was like, not today, Satan. And so I was like, game on, like, let's do this. And that's 3 months later, now here I am. I am on the brink of diamond. I've gotten a success bonus 5 times, 1 time in February and 4 times in March. So if you're brand new, this just goes to show you, like, you can do this. If you signed up today, starting today, you can start making money as quick as next week.
First of all, you guys, she was so nervous for that and she did that so well. And second, I love how real, like, you basically said you were being told to do things and you were like, not really like putting much effort into it. You said you half-assed it. And where did that get you?
Nowhere.
Exactly. So when you finally started to realize I need to go all in order for me to see results, she's proof. She went all in and she started seeing immediate results. You saw her paycheck. She's an emerald. Like, that goes to show so many things. So you kind of answered my second question. My second question was, how do you stay booming in the chat? And answered that by saying you just literally went all in. You know what I mean? You did not, I'll do a little bit here and there. You did the work. No questions asked.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are your daily non-negotiables? Like, you do not let your head hit the pillow at night until these things are done.
Absolutely. So I kind of have a routine. Well, I try to, as much as I can, having a toddler. I know everybody, has their stuff and life happens, throws you curveballs, but even if you have to start midday, or even if you have to start at 10 o'clock at night because you had, a plumbing issue, or, there's health issues going on or whatever, you have to stay focused. It's all about mindset. So I always make sure haps are absolutely everything. And if I know, like, our goal is to get 15 haps up a day, which is amazing. And sometimes you might not get the 15 haps up, but as long as you're just showing your work and showing, your chats and whatever, that you're present and you want to be a part of this team, it is everything. And it makes so much of a difference in the chats and hypes everybody up too. I feel like we all kind of feed off of each other. So getting the 15 haps up for me is not an option. Like, my head does not hit that pillow until I get those haps up, and making sure that I am constantly friend requesting people. You have to keep bringing in new people into your friends list, as well as weeding the ones out that aren't helping you at all in your business. So like last month, somebody could have posted for you, but they didn't order from you. That's great. Keep them. But if this month they don't want to post for you, get rid of them and get somebody else in there that's going to help you. I know also a lot of our girls, especially my new ones, have told me that they're having kind of a hard time getting adding people or whatever, because their friends lists are private. So there are other ways around that too. I add groups, if you have hobbies. I'm really shallow. I like The Bachelor and Big Brother and stuff like that. So I get in their fan pages and kind of talk to them in there. And then I add people from those friends lists, and you see people from all around the world in these groups that you can add from. And so that's how you can kind of grow your market in different states too, as well as the people that I do add. I know I'm kind of rambling, but I add ladies that are mid 30s to early 70s, because for me, that's where my sales are. I find ladies around those ages are more inclined to buy than the younger ones or the older ones. So that's just me personally, but I don't know.
Yeah, I actually agree with that a lot. I totally think that older people tend to buy more on spot, whether it's because I don't even know. But daily non-negotiable. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that I didn't ask you the same question. Okay, so I love that. You guys heard her. She has certain things that she does not go to sleep without doing. And you said you will not let your head hit the pillow if those things are not done. You get it done. Okay, so and what your daily non-negotiables might look different than mine. Obviously, we all have a goal to get a certain amount of post up, but there might be other things with it. And for me, I go to people's pages and I go to their pictures and I add people based on their pictures or their posts. And I am the same way. I look for like a certain age group range kind of. Okay, so my next question is, do you ever change scripts, or are you using exactly what everybody's telling you to use? Like in the chat, like if somebody says this is blowing up, are you going to take it and recreate it, or are you going to take it the same way and just change your name?
So I take it exactly as is. Since my personal business has been blowing up, I have been using the exact same gummies hap and the exact same hap on steroids. So I feel like when Lucy tells us, or any of you guys for that matter, that this hap is blowing up for me, run with it, because it's not going to be there forever. I mean, I know that that, just for example, right now, I know we've been using that same gummies post, same gummies post, and a lot of the girls are kind of saying that it's not doing as well. So now we need to find something different, and that's okay. But look how long it worked for that long of a time. So I feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because a lot of people are using those, it's not working for like 2 hours or even a half a day. And they're like, okay, I'm going to jump ship and try the cleanse post. And it's like, whoa, what are you doing? Like, and know patience is a virtue, but it really is with this business, and you have to stay consistent. So
yeah, consistency is for sure key, as well as doing the work. Obviously, being consistent is great, but you have to be putting the work in behind it. So I love that. She basically said she doesn't change the scripts. If somebody posts something in the chat, she's using it exactly how it is because it's working. I know we started using that New Year's gummies post, like, I don't know, maybe November.
Right.
And I used it until like literally March.
Yes, girl.
Like, I literally used it until March. I'm like, I'm just going to keep milking it until it stops working. And I was still getting 10 plus comments on all of them. So if something works, just use it. Okay, and then go ahead.
I feel like it's okay. Like, if you do want to try something different out, but do it in between. Don't be like, okay, I'm going to go rogue and then just do a whole bunch of that one. Just like add it, once or twice here and there, to just try to like test the waters, because I feel like when you just go all in on something else, it's almost like you wasted your time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And then this is the $1 million question. I feel like this is the question that everybody's wanting to know.
Oh boy.
Do you think that rank determines your paycheck? I mean, we all kind of know this, but I feel like you're the first person who's really, we can actually be like you made a drastic change in your paycheck. Yeah. So I feel like we need to show people who just join that you can do this too. You don't have to wait until you're diamond to be able to make this amount of money, which some people I feel like really do think I could never make a comment on my paycheck until I go diamond. And then they're like lowering their standards because that's what they think that they have to do. And that's not true.
Yes. So if I could, like, hell to the no, first of all, I mean, if I could shout this from my rooftop for all potential distributors to hear, because I think that that's the main thing for people signing up to become a distributor. Like, wait a second, I have to pay money to make money. First of all, like, sometimes you have to pay money to make money, right? I mean, end game here. So I feel like absolutely not, because I mean, like you said, I'm living proof. I was up to emerald, and then I was all the way back down to the very bottom. And it really did take me, getting to the absolute lowest of low for, to light that fire. But I feel like it's basically me starting all the way over. And now I'm almost diamond, and I'm in 3 months. So when they say chase the bank, not the rank, it is totally true. Chase that bank, ladies, because when you're chasing the bank, the rank's going to come. If you have the guidance from your leaders and listen to your leaders, because I sure as hell did not for a while. And that's how I lost my footing. But
you're honest about it.
Yeah. I mean, if you have the guidance, and I know I'm trying to get better as being a leader. So all my people under me, please reach out to me if you have any questions, because I promise you I'm cool AF. So just, I mean, I'm still learning how to chart and everything like that. And if I can't help you, somebody will help you in our chat. So don't be scared to ask questions. Chase the bank. The rank will come with the bank.
Absolutely, you guys. That's just that, like, that just, yes, that was like, I saved that one for last because that is the $1 million question, because I feel like that's just something that people don't talk about a lot. And so we just don't, some people don't know if it's possible. You know what I mean? People who just join. So
Yeah,
you guys, show her love. She did so good. She was so nervous, and you didn't
also,
even seem nervous at all.
oh, well, thank you. I was nervous, but it kind of went away. But also, I do have to say, like, a lot of you ladies, and I was totally one of these before I like really put my head down, and like, you can't let any distractions get in the way. You have to have the mindset and positivity, because whatever you have to do to get in that zone, if you have to get mad, if you have to get sad, if you have to get really excited, it lights fires up people's asses when they see somebody else do well and succeed. But a lot of people, I feel like, are worried about what everybody else is doing around them. You just have to focus on yourself and stay in your lane, stay in your zone, because when you start like veering right and veering left, that's when it gets a little bit scary. And when you don't have the questions, that's when it gets really scary, because then you lose your shit. So please, please, please just ask all the questions, because there isn't a wrong one.
Exactly. And that's what we're all here for, is to help each other, share what's working, give our tips, and I feel like that's why we started doing these types of Zooms, was to be able to hear from people who are always in the chat and always showing up. Mm-hmm. And you were just that first person that came to my mind. So I appreciate you for doing this.
Well, thank you. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
I want to get a picture. Make sure you guys blow up the chat.